Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of some F1 2020 career mode with Red Bull. Today we're doing episode number 23 for the Canadian Grand Prix of Season 2, round number 7. And of course we're very close to getting that ultimate upgrade on the Sashi department, so that will probably be, by the end of this episode, we will have enough resource points, so I'll apply it in the next episode. That of course probably take about a couple of thousand light years to come in, but then we can start working on maybe saving for a powertrain, or more likely an aero upgrade. But yes, before we do get started, if you haven't yet subscribed, then please do, as race forecast is here. We're currently on 204 subscribers. The target now for this year is 250. It massively helps me out to sustain the channel. So yes, and if you have already subscribed, then thank you. But yes, we've got a tyre wear upgrade as well that's coming in. That's going to come in after the Canadian Grand Prix. It was a failed one from the Azerbaijan, if I remember rightly. But yes, performance-wise, doesn't really matter anyway because everybody's the same. Everybody hasn't really moved. The midfield's getting closer, but other than that, not a lot's changed in the week between the Azerbaijan Grand Prix and the Canadian Grand Prix, as Christian Horner comes over to have a chat with us about our victory in Azerbaijan. Spoilers there, you haven't watched the previous episode. But yes, going into qualifying is a big problem for us, really. For starters, we're down in 13th now, it was 12th. We've got the likes of Russell and Verstappen ahead of us in far inferior cars, I should say. But we are improving with almost 3/10 up, going through the first 3 DRS straights. Well, the second 3 DRS straights, really. Depends on. Through that corner we make a bit of time, up to 4/10 up, and now move through the second sector, 4 and a bit tenths up, make that 4.5 up, lose a bit of time in the hairpin. That is not good, but we're going to gain this time up now. We've got an AlphaTauri up ahead of us. He's going to give us some slipstream, hopefully, as the DRS comes over. We've dropped down. We were 4.5, so we're now almost around 3.5 up. That seems to be leveling up to the line. What we can do, straight line this up almost 4 tons up, and it's only 11th. Outside the top 10. That's not great. Our teammates in third. Carlos Sainz has got a penalty for blocking. I didn't get that on camera, unfortunately. Of course, there's no not blocking for collision with George Russell. Russell again. He had a good race in. He had a good race in Azerbaijan, but he's only qualified 16th this time. So he'll need to make the positions, but he will be down there with Carlos. So. At least that would be one position. Time for the race.
Tough luck there. It's not quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world.
Bonjour! It's time once again to go racing here in Montreal, the second largest French-speaking city in the world, and home since 1978 to the Canadian Grand Prix. With top speeds of around 210 miles per hour heading into the overtaking opportunity of turn 13, the 2.7 miles of the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve are some of the quickest on the Formula One calendar. There are 14 corners in total, with 60% of the lap taken at full throttle, and average lap speeds clock in at about 130 miles per hour. Joining us today to oversee all the thrills and spills, it's Anthony Davidson. And great to see you. How are you feeling about the race today, and how are the circuit conditions from what you've seen?
Well, it's looking a bit cold out there, if I'm honest. These tyres have quite a narrow operating window in terms of the temperatures they need to extract the best grip. So with a cold track surface, it's going to be harder to keep those temperatures up, which will lead to lower grip and maybe more mistakes.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Albon, Vettel, Lance Stroll, and Bottas, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Gasly, and a Red Bull, Perez, Ocon, Carlos Sainz, and Giovinazzi, Verstappen, Russell, Lando Norris, and Nicholas Latifi. De Vries and Daniel Kvyat completes the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Usual dribble from there, Jeff. Just to say, if you do hear a bit of wind in the background, it is extremely windy outside. And it is blowing through the small gap in the window, so apologies if you do hear the wind. I have tried my best to remove any noises that shouldn't be there caused by said wind. But yes, we're 10th place on the grid thanks to Carlos Sainz. So that's going to give us a free choices tyre strategy as well, which we'll load up in just a moment or so. There we go. Rain is, of course, you may have seen it earlier, I didn't touch upon it, but rain is due at the end of this race. I'm having flashbacks to the last time. So we did this and then the game crashed. If you haven't checked that out from season 1, and when we won the race and then the game crashed, so I just literally gave up with Canada in the end. Yes, we're going to try this again in the Red Bull. I'm going to go medium to soft. I'm going to see what this is going to do. I don't think there's a lot of people on mediums as well. We're on the wrong side and we need to be on the inside. Front lights away and away we go. Canadian Grand Prix. It's a great start. We get instantly ahead of Gasly. We're going to swoop to the left hand side. Can we get Magnussen as well? No. Okay, Mag as usual. Blocks us away and we escape, and we can now go on side by side up to turn 3. And K-Mag, as usual, giving us absolutely no room. We have to lift off here, and to avoid getting a collision we have to stay behind. We're up to P7 though, 3.3 position, a yellow flag ahead in just for the sheer number of cars. We fake to the left, go to the right on Magnussen, easy move with overtake, and straight away we're into P6. So it's a good start, up 4 positions on the first lap. So I don't take that. Magnussen initially thinks about coming back at us, but we close the door on him. Magnussen's having a good season as well. But as I say, we're not there yet. Whether or not I think we become our team at the end of the season. We go down the inside of Sebastian Vettel. I didn't expect that move. Well, there we go. We're up to P5. I wasn't really making a move, but obviously the mistake there with the understeer, saw he went wide, far too wide in that corner, but sort of carrying far too much speed into the corner, but there we go. And it doesn't take long for us to get Lance Stroll, who with DRS and ERS is a sitting duck, and he has a compromised line into the Wall of Champions corner, and that allows Sebastian Vettel to go around the outside and into turn, which comes inside for turn 1, and takes the lead. He gets up in position. We jump now to lap 8. Not a lot happened after this. The gap between myself and Vettel was about 1.2 seconds. Then he came and made his pit stop, obviously, a lap before Leclerc did. Leclerc has been out in front all by himself, so he is definitely favourite. As Sergio Perez now is out of the race. Is this going to cause a safety car? Or is he going to park up? This is going to be the interesting thing. If he parks up somewhere interesting, now he's parked up on the right hand side. He could have gone in the pits. That's definitely something. But the safety car has come out, obviously. I don't get why he can come in the pits, but obviously that's not being put in the game. Leclerc, it's going to be tight. I don't think we're going to have enough over the others, but it's definitely going to put us on fresher tyres now. Russell somehow hasn't come in yet. I don't know why George hasn't come in, but obviously that our teammates come in. We're going to be comfortably ahead of Vettel. Kvyat as well, I think, started on the mediums. He's holding out for the rain in that Williams. I mean, if you're in a Williams, you've got to try anything. We come out behind Lewis Hamilton, but we're going to have the advantage here as notice in the I know this is on 1.07. Again, I will be recording my first 1.08 gameplay on the weekend, but notice that the safety car icon on the minimap is changed. It's now they're now using a Renault icon, which I don't get. Why they're using the Renault icon when they had a triangle before? I think it was a triangle. But anyway, we're trying to put our Hamilton the best we can by sort of poking our nose up his inside, or outside rather. We almost go into the back of him into the Wall of Champions there. We sort of lose momentum, but can we then gain momentum? There's the safety car, not our Renault. We go down the inside, up into P1, and that's us up into P4. Thank you very much. And next up is our teammate. He won't be very happy to be ahead, although he does get ahead of George Russell. We need to get Russell out of the way as possible. Those soft tyres are pretty much going to have absolutely no tyre life whatsoever. It's a testament the fact that he's managed to go this long. Obviously, AI Puncher's not really in the game anymore, as we're catching now onto our teammate Alex Albon. Can we overtake our teammate as well? Alex will not be happy with this, considering the fact we started pretty much in 10th place. It leaves us absolutely no room. The rain is starting to fall as well. Leclerc is bolted at the front, and we're going to have the inside line into turn 1. We finally get up, but really, it's cost Albon the place there. If he had left me down on the strip track, eventually he bottled it and came in the pits for inters. I'm not sure what you think, but he lost out to Hamilton there. So obviously we're going to have words with Alex, but never mind that. We've finished in second place from 10th.
Good job, you did really well. Super driving.
Yes, Jeff's happy, I'm happy. We'll definitely take P2. We get driver of the day as well. Qualifying, I thought, oh no, is this going to be again as our luck ran out in trying to get the Red Bull up on the podium, getting good points, with Albon getting qualifying third and myself 10th. But we came back in the race. Obviously the race pace is definitely there, quali pace definitely not. So good race from us. We made the right strategy to do the mediums to softs, which gave us the advantage, and then we just had to held on a little bit at the end with the race in the rain period, although Hamilton then started to struggle as well. Vettel really was nowhere anyway as well. Bottas had a mediocre race as well, which means that the Drivers' Championship is oh so close. 1 point separating Leclerc, Bottas and Hamilton. Vettel 15 points back. I'm now 21 points behind. I don't want to jinx this, because we could be terrible for the rest of the season. But could we bring ourselves in contention for the Drivers' Championship? I mean, we've left out. Albon didn't score any points, so he's been left. He's now some 17 points behind us. As Lando Norris gets his first point as well, so yes. But in terms of the constructors, we're sort of in no man's land in third, because either myself or Alex keeps having a bad race. So if we have two good races like we do at Monaco, then we're going to gain. Otherwise, we're always going to be losing points, and we'll end up in third place.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy.
And what irrelevant questions
Do
have
you
you
have
got
any
today?
comments about this team?
I don't care. I got a podium from 10th. I don't need to be worried about Alfa Romeo.
You left a lot of paint on the walls today.
Oh, no,
were you struggling for grip, or did
we
you
were just
miss?
sliding about, celebrating getting a podium.
Thank you for your time.
Usual dribble there from Claire, as so driver acclaim moves not as much as I'd like, but there we go. But the next race we're going to be busy. It's the French Grand Prix, which is always not a horrible race for me. It's definitely one on the list that we might get rid of for season 3. But yes, we got a failed that tyre wear upgrade failed, which is annoying. But we do know I might just leave it because it's a minor one. It's not going to cost that much to fix compared to the ultimate weight reduction upgrade, which we now have enough R&D points to do. So that's my thinking. That's what I'm probably going to do. If we have any R&D points left over, then we'll apply it to that then, and then we'll look. And then the focus will be mostly on aerodynamics, but we will, of course, as I mentioned in the last episode, be going for that energy store upgrade as well. I'm just probably trying to get this bottom row filled down by the end of the season potentially. But as again, they are all the upgrades are expensive, which is annoying as well. And we'll probably have to take an engine penalty. We might take it in France actually. It's either going to be France or Silverstone, because they're my two weakest races, so I won't want to be taking a race where I'm really that strong, so we'll probably take a full complement of parts, and that will probably see us through to the end of the season. Let me know which Grand Prix you want me to take it through. But our market value is up to $6 million, so that's nice to see. And we have got level 1 on all the driver perks as well, but of course we won't get that until our contract is almost up, but that will be the episode after, which will both of those stuff will be happening next week on the channel, probably Tuesday, Wednesday, because Bank Holiday Monday I've got a special episode. But yes, if you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and you see more episodes of the F1 2020 career mode with Red Bull. Until the next video, I'll see you next time. Take care, thank you so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.